Hi, happy Monday, everybody. I usually come in with a lot of anxiety on Mondays. I feel good. It's kind of like a blessing in disguise. I'm gonna get all religious with people. I think God's just like calling on me to like chill my ass out and relax and rest. Usually I'm like go, go, go. I was under the weather last week, and then Saturday, my son and I got food poisoning. So I didn't do anything other than sleep, and I felt great. So I think I need to sleep more. Anyways, starting off the money cool, got guys going. I got David's finishing up Titan Boost Huracan. It's been here for a minute. It's just a lot of little things, a lot of changes. I tuned it 4th of July weekend, and now they're just finishing the cosmetic stuff and all that, so just trying to wrap that up, get that out of here. Clay Smith's R8, the guy that dropped off 2 Lambos last week, has an R8 here now. I'll show you guys that car, get that tuned. But I got a package today from Zach McLeod, which owns the R8 GT. We've built up several cars. He texted me, he's like, yo, there's a package that showed up for you. So enjoy the shoes, brother. Hope they fit. There's a couple different styles in there. Thanks for the amazing build and the speed. Keep the speed to keep me going, Zach. So let's see what Zach sent us. It's cool that people take time out of their day to do things like this. So bag number 1, sick. So it's the Elite Sheep on Vans. Fuck Zach, you know I recently switched to Jordans, but we're gonna have to rock Vans just because you sent me these. What size are they? 9.5, they're my size. Sick, those are sick. I'm gonna rock these. Bag number 5. This dude went crazy. All right, these are my favorite. Camo with white. Super sick. You know, things like these, man, that really go a long way. You know, it's the thought that matters. And like a week and a half ago, my buddy Shizzy and Brendan from Michigan sent me bags of Doritos and limes and Tapatio. And it's cool, man, that you know we have a job that it's more than just a customer and an invoice number. It's relationships that we build and try to maintain them. You know, while we do build a lot of cars, and my biggest flaw I could say I have, or obstacle that I face is trying to keep everybody happy. I really do try my best, but there's only X amount of hours in the day. So thank you, everybody. Zach, you're the man. I'm gonna take these home and rock them, but for now, let's build some cars. This is Clay Smith's car. I've built 5 cars for Clay. This car came in a year and a half ago for stage 1 build, which utilizes the factory ECUs, makes another 200 over stock. Clay's been very spoiled with Motec. For you guys that do follow the industry, there's a huge shortage on Motec for over a year, so we had to be like super selective of how we used them. Shortage is now over, so Clay sent his R8 back. Flex fuel upgrade, Motec, and now I'm gonna build the calibrations, load them in the car, flash them, tune the car, and get this thing out of here. So at least he's got this to drive, while his other 2 Lambos are here. Clay is a very loud individual when it comes down to colors. So if you look at this car, the color theme, the gold wheels, likes all these wild colors. Dude likes to be seen, you know. Clay's a good dude, funny dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and load the calibrations and see how much power we make. 1,000, 1,100. Should keep him happy. So we have Titan Boost Huracan here. We've done a couple parts for him. While it looks like it's nowhere close to being done, it's on the tail end of being done. We have our wrap guy here just finalizing the quarter panel, some small pieces. It already runs, it makes 1600 wheel, it's an Elite 1500 plus. Full 1016 Forge kit on it, so this on Friday when the vlog goes up will be shot and put up on the story as well. Also, a big congratulations to him. He had a beautiful green STO built by Underground. I think they did like a 2000 2R build on that. Titan on Boost has got a phenomenal car collection, so we're honored to even have built him a car. So I know he built that car for competition roll racing, I believe. So go ahead and give him a follow and shoot him congratulations on his badass new STO build. This thing right here, we had to get to the body shop to align the whole front end. Usually with the aftermarket components, gotta kind of finesse it a little bit. So right now they're gonna finish it up, put it back on the lift, switch the calipers to color match ones that fit to this color, and then just finish it up. So this car of course has MV forged rims on it as well, with the Dymag carbon barrels and forged. Super ballin', not a bad way to blow 30 grand. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick update on this and just vlog him working on the car and finish putting it together. On top of that, I've been hard at work on our engine program with Alexi. One thing I've always been fascinated with is long blocks and builds. So we have 5 builds we gotta wrap up. So we're gonna get them all on stands, got all the parts going, and just knock them out. So you guys get to join me on putting some engines together. Should be fun. So for you guys that don't know my like super deep history, I come from building Hondas. And in Hondas, I learned to make 1300 horsepower of 2 liters of displacement. And a lot of that came from where I worked. I worked at this company called Webb Camshafts. I specialize in making aftermarket camshafts for overhead cam engines. And what that means is the cam sits on top of the cylinder head. There's overhead valve, such as LS1s, Vipers, or the camshaft sits in the block. It's got a push rod that, the cam spins, push rod comes up, spins, moves the rocker and opens the valve. So I spent 8 years of my life working at Webb Camshafts, learning the ins and outs about overhead cams, how camshafts work, designing cams, how cylinder heads work, etc. So I've always had this crazy love for engines, and I had my hands in my engine program when I did the Honda stuff 100%. Did my engines, worked with some of the best in the world, learning new things, and I had the best mentor in the world, Steve Story, who's retired, started Webb Camshafts, teach me everything about engines. That guy is probably one of the best in the world when it comes down to overhead cam stuff. So, well, we have a lot of engines here, and Alexi does a great job. My schedule is a little freer, so I want to love and enjoy going to work. While the office work is stressful, there's nothing like going back to why you started doing what you do, right? So I'm back here helping him. This is Austin's engine. What we did to Austin's engine, Austin's probably had 6,000 miles of abuse in his long block, so we tore it all down and just redid it all. So new rings, sealed bearings, fresh valve guides. The thing with these V10 heads is the guides do wear very easily. I've seen guides, the valves loose on guides with engines like 400 miles. So every cylinder head standard gets brand new bronze valve guide. So put the heads on, did my second torque, and now we're gonna do with the final torque, which is about 85 pounds. The final one always kind of like a little scary, because like you don't want it to skip, right? And if it skips, you don't want to pull a thread out. So torque it to 60, 65, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna hit it now with the big torque. So hopefully it doesn't skip, because if it skips, you got a big problem. There you go. No skip. That's good. Want to get a nice leverage, keep it nice and straight. This shit makes you sweat. I think I sweat from like nervous that it skips, and also, well, it doesn't seem like much when you're torquing 10 bolts at 85 pounds. You gotta be. Anybody that's done this will tell you, like, you don't want it to skip because it pulled threads out. So if it skips, it's settling and it grabs the torque and it starts to torque again, you're fine. But it's a scary process. So if you guys are wondering like why I'm back here doing this, as of late last year, we started doing the long block built in-house. Now what I mean by that is we have the short blocks built by a machine shop, because as you know, you need the proper tools to do piston the wall, bearing clearances, balancing cranks, balancers, etc. So we have the short blocks fully assembled and machined by a machine shop we've been working very closely with. And then what we do is we get the short blocks in, and we do the rest of the build, such as the heads, cams, timing, etc. It's just easier that way, because there's so many seals and things that go into these things where it's just more peace of mind doing it in-house. Now, does it add more time? Yes, but it gets us more control of things, such as like our transmission department, where we literally do our full transmissions. We don't ship them to anybody. Is there great people out there that can do transmissions? Absolutely. I just rather do it all in-house. I'm past the whole producing lots of vehicles and just producing lesser vehicles and just having a full control over the full thing versus having a lot of hands in the pie. I think, while it's great, right, on paper it sounds great when you have one guy does this, one guy does that. when things go wrong, it's time to troubleshoot. When the transmission builder is 1,000 miles away, they take it out and ship it. There's been times where we've had an issue with the transmission at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's out by 2:30, fixed by 5, back in the car by 7. So the objective is to control the narrative as much as you can. So that's where I'm at. You know, I live and learn, right? I had a lot of hands. One guy do engines, one guy do that, but and it worked great. But I'm at the point now where I'd rather do 4 or 5 cars a month, do as much as I can in-house, versus do 10, 12 a month, and one guy do engines, one guy do that and this. Anyways, I'm catching my breath because I'm out of shape. That was a lot of work. Heads are completely torqued. So, excuse me, what I'm gonna do now is go to lunch, eat something healthy, and come back and work with Alexi, putting the cams, the rockers, the lifters, do all the timing components, and put this bitch in the car, make some power. I've been having a lot of fun back here, getting my hands dirty with the guys. We have lots of builds, so I figured if I could spend 5-6 hours in the workshop helping them a day, you know, helps things. So what I'm helping with is long block builds. So this is a second one I'm doing. This is a sleeved one, full long block. Then we have 3 more we got to do with 3 more cars coming in. Busy time. Engine builds are becoming the new thing around here. Kind of cool. Anyways, so we were on the dyno with Clay's car and we hit about 10 pounds of boost, and we're like, go to Pro Max. So decided to take it off the dyno, put it back on the lift, throw Pro Max in it really quick, and then get it back on the dyno at the end of the day, finish tuning it. We got this beautiful car. Alonso could hopefully drop some pictures here of this car, Winfield's car. I don't know the history about this car, but there's a lot of comments in the comments on the post we made about it, but it's a beautiful car. It's got a turbo kit on it already. So we brought it in. We're gonna do a Pro Max transmission build, Motec, and then tune it and get out of here. So should be cool. Ending the week kind of strong. Finishing Austin's refresh. Yeah, let's get to it. Things shops don't want you to see, but I will show you. I don't mind, because it's not going to leave until it's figured out. We're having a fuel pressure issue. Literally on the gate it's fine, but it's using most of the DI. As soon as port kicks in, this is just cuts, fuel cut. We have changed everything. Not everything, we're down to 2 more things to change. Process elimination, right? We're just like changing things, and things that don't normally fail, we just change them because you just can't be ignorant towards it. No matter how many of these things we've done, the simplest things will throw us for a twist. And I laugh about it. I'm laughing, I'm in a good mood instead of getting mad, because it's like such a small, dumb thing. And we'll figure it out. I had a friend once tell me, a wise guy once tell me, if it ain't burnt to the ground, you will figure this shit out. Take a guess who said that. Whoever guesses who said that quote to me in the last, said that to me about 4 years ago. I'll give you a hint. He also works in the industry. I'll read the comments. If you guess it, I'll send you a care package.
I pretty much put a brand new fuel system in it. Surge tank, I had to build a surge tank, so I had to put 2 brand new pumps in the surge tank. And then I had an OEM pump sitting on the ground over there. So I changed the in-tank pump also, cleaned it all out, sucked all the fuel out of it because there was some like shit in there, put all brand new fuel in it, and still did the same thing. So I changed all the fuel lines on it already, minus one that comes from the other side of the tank. So he seems to think that's what it is. So if you go over there, watch, I'll show you. I just yanked this out of here, so I could have done this, but he thinks it's this kink right here. But We'll find out. I mean, it is a pretty big king, so I don't know. It could be that. We'll find out. I know this is kind of the old school way of doing things, like fuel lines, but this, I feel like this is a lot better than this. So I guess that's what just happened over there. So I like using this better, even though it's kind of ugly, but it's a little nicer.
You have a spare set of speed sensors?
Front, back, side to side.
Transmission speed.
No,
Huh?
you haven't ordered me any. Kind of got stuck on the other R8, to be honest. I have a couple other things I need to try on it. It's still having fuel issues up top, but I don't want to spend too much time troubleshooting it on the dyno, so I gotta get the brown one on the dyno first. So we'll tune that one and then we'll continue on the R8. Hopefully we get it fixed. Well, there's no hopefully, I have to fix it. Well, I have to try one of the fuel pumps inside the car. So I think whatever's feeding the surge tank, which is a fuel pump inside, has to be replaced. So I have a new one I have inside, so I'll replace it and install it. Hopefully it works, because that's what it seems like it's doing. The surge tank's emptying out. So I want to say the fuel pump inside is old, so I'm gonna replace it and hopefully it works. But before I put it back on the dyno, I'm gonna replace it, go drive around, make sure it works, and then put it back on the dyno. So let's go.